Good morning. Today, to my following friends, Guten Morgen, we are going to string an acoustic guitar. This is a Gretsch. Action's a little bit high, it's a bit dirty, but that's how they come into the workshop. Simple enough to do. Didario strings, take the action down, it's a little bit high, clean the fretboard, guitar polish, neck cleaner, that's all we need, and a little bit of know-how. I'll show you how. First job, get the strings off. Just undo them all, take them off. I just cut them in the end, get rid of them. The truss rod doesn't matter. The action we know needs to come down about 1/2 mil. Take the pins out. Just always pull them straight up in there. Don't start bending them because it snaps them in half, and then we've got a heck of a job to get them out. That's all you need to do. Simple pull. Keep hold of the string so you're not scratching your body. And that's that. Strings are out. Simple. Strings gone. Bare guitar. All we need now, lemon oil fretboard cleaner. Just give it a little squirt. Just let it stand there for a little while. I just rub it in with my fingers to make sure it's all over the frets and down the sides. If you want to put some on your nuts, you can do. I'm allowed to say that, Tony. Anyway, if you put it on your nuts now, be careful it doesn't hurt. And just rub it in gently. There we go. On the bridge as well. Sorted. So while the lemon oil's cleaning the fretboard, just gently lift your nut out. I know it wants to go down about 1/2 mil. So, pencil, scribe a small line across the bottom, like so. The amount that we want it to go down. Once we've done that, get a sanding block and just rub it gently on the sanding block. A few times one way, turn it round so it keeps it level. Turn it round until we get it level with the line. Put it on the top of the guitar. Let's make sure it's stood straight. Perfect. That then, when it goes back in, has taken the action down slightly. Next we need to lift the neck. Nice clean cloth-ish. Just polish the fretboard, get the residue off, give it a nice clean. Can't do with dirty fretboards. Just wipe the guitar down. We're going to polish that anyway in a minute, so that doesn't matter if it's got some lemon oil on it. Wipe the headstock down. I always make sure that I've got the tuning pegs all nice and tight in the guitar. Just a little ring spanner, just to make sure that they're all tight while the strings are off. Make sure everything else is tightened up. Ready for re-stringing now. Oh, truss rod. I'll show you how to do the truss rod first. So, truss rod cover on this guitar is on the top, underneath the top nut. Some are inside the sound hole. Depending upon which way they're lined up on the truss rod, if it's underneath the sound hole, to tighten the neck, to lift the neck slightly, you push the truss rod away from you. If you're doing that, always put a cloth over it so you don't bash it into the woodwork. If it's on the top here, it'll be pulling towards you. Now this truss rod's slack, which is why it's got a dip in. I know that because I checked it when I had the strings on. So I'm just going to tighten the truss rod until it nips. There we go. It's just nipped now, so it's tight in the cavity. The next we're going to clean the guitar. Road to Sound guitar polish. Super stuff. Only cheap. $5.99 a bottle. Lasts me years. Well, not that long, but lasts ages. Just give it a little squirt. Nice dry cloth. Just wipe it down. Get it all nice and shiny. It's a lot easier to clean it without the strings on. Do the soundboard. Do the headstock. I haven't put the truss rod cover on yet, because I want to make sure when it's under tension with the new strings on, that I've got the right fall on the neck. Okay. So that's the guitar cleaned, polished up, back and front, make it look like new. Frets are all good and smooth. It's ready now for just putting the strings on. Strings, pins. Now, sometimes when we're putting the string and the pins in, it can pull out. That one's not too bad, but sometimes if your pin pulls out the hole, it's not gripping correctly. It's because the bottom of the pin is too flat, and all you do is you just take the corners off like so. So when the ball sits at the bottom of the pin, better like so, it sits into a wedge, and that makes it tighter in the bridge. See, doesn't pull out. Simple little trick. Now, once I've got my first string on, I can't do with strings tied in knots and fastened everywhere. All you do, first capstan let your string in tow, second capstan, cut it off. Just get rid of it. You don't want that. Throw it away. Put your string in, just poke it through a little bit. Keep the tension on with your finger so it bends around the capstan, keeping it tight with this hand and the other fingers. Wind it on. You should finish up doing it this way with probably 3 turns. That's all you need. The string is going nowhere. It's tight there. The pin's still in. It's not moving. Look at that. Solid as a rock. Nothing moves. Simple is best. So I've got my first E on. What I do now is I check the height that I want it to be on the 12th fret. Remember, we file the nut down slightly to lift it down, to lower it down. Just check the action on the 13th fret. A little bit of movement, not a lot. You don't want to be having massive amounts of movement, but you don't want it too tight either, otherwise you'll get a fret buzz. That to me now is spot on. It's about just a bit less than 2 mil, I would think. Here's my gauge, I'll check it. There you go. 2 mil, spot on, how it should be. We've got the E on, got the A, the D. We haven't got a capstan to go to. Remember, capstan, next one, cut it off. Capstan, next one, cut it off. So because we haven't got one here, we just guess it. So much, so much. Simple as that. Just past the headstock normally is where it fits it off. So just measure it and cut it. Simple. Okay? Wind it on. Same way. All you need are 3 turns. You don't need any more than that. Don't loop it round, don't wrap it round, don't cross it over, under. Remember, if you put the string on top of a string and you cross it over and pull it tight, it cuts the string below. Waste of time. That's how it's done. And again, once it's there, it's going nowhere. So, got the strings back on. They're under tension, almost. Oh yeah, almost. Just stretch them, lift the string, like that. Now if you notice, I've not put the truss rod cover back on, because I've not done the truss rod fully. I'll put the strings on, it's under tension. So, I've part-tuned it, put tension on the neck. Almost tuned it. So what I wanted to do is put tension on the neck so I can check the action. Spot on. I also then press the string, 14th fret, 2nd fret, something like that. Just stretch my finger up and see how much movement is on the strings in the centre of the neck. Just look down the neck, make sure the truss rod adjustment's being good. Do you know, spot on is that. So first time lucky. If you need to adjust your truss rod again, slacken your strings off. Never turn a truss rod under tension, because that'll rip the centre out of the truss rod. The hexagon Allen key in the end, quite soft if you're not careful, and you can rip it out then you can't use your truss rod again. So we need now just to put the truss rod cover back on, tune it in properly, it's ready to go. What's that taking, Tony? 10-15 minutes maybe to do it all. Not a big job. But when you come into my shop, I string them free of charge. All you pay for is the strings. So that's why it's worth coming to me to have them done. So, truss rod covers back on. We know the neck's nice and flattish. We don't want to be dead flat, it's just got a very, very slight curve. We know the action's fine because we've checked it. Now we just tune it. Sounds okay. Harmonics are good. Sound all harmonics are good. So that means it's okay. Should be in tune all the way down the fretboard. It's nice and clean, back and front. It plays okay. Sounds alright. It rings. Hopefully we're an happy customer. Thank you. I think it's coffee time now.